Hey guys, it's Beltbox here, and welcome back to another episode of Beltmatic. It's been, well, by the time this video should come out, 8 or 9 days since we last played. So I'm not even going to bother you guys. We're just going to go right into it, load our YouTube save, and here we are, level 16. We need 4,532s. Okay, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. And next level, we are going to unlock the divider. That should be pretty interesting. So it's been well over a week since I looked around at this. So hold on, let me get my memory back. So what are we importing? We're importing 446s, 76s. Okay, let's have a look at our upgrades menu here. I don't see anything particularly amazing that we got to work towards. We are, oh yes, that's right. We are importing the 332s. And then after that, we're going to import the 336s. That should be pretty nice. We also need 454s and 270s, as well as 317s. A lot of those numbers are numbers that we aren't going to be able to really work towards for a while, so we're going to have to pick and choose our battles. Okay, first off, let's start working on these 532s, because we need 4,000 of these, okay? We're talking another level of efficiency here just to get that amount into the hub within this episode. I'm talking a monumental building task. But you guys know you guys don't have to watch the entire thing because I'm merciful enough to allow you guys to have time lapses to ignore that. But we're not going to get into that first. First off, we need to figure out how we're going to do this. So obviously we do 50. So 5 times 10 for 50 times 10. That will get us 500s. And then we'll just need the 32, which 32, we can do 16 times 16. Which we are, you know what? We are actually making 16s. How many of those do we need for our level up? We actually meet the required demands just by a little bit. So it might be worth pulling away some of these 16s to use for that, which should be a big help. So now we just need to find a bunch of 5s. There's a bunch of 5s over here. Let's have a look here at what we're going to need to do. So we're going to need 5 times 5. Oh, no. We're going to need... Oh, wait. Hold on. No, we can do 25. So we can do... let's see. No, we got to do 5 plus 5. Okay, my math was so messed up there. So we're going to need a lot of adders. And I want to try and do this as fast as possible, so we're going to need to do this very weird. I also want it to be as compact as possible, but because of the nature of how these 5s are, I don't know how easy it is going to be to do that. Let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. I think that will give us enough to get started here. Now, dividing up these 18. Hold on, let me check my upgrades menu here. So we can only extract 4 belts at a time. So 18 divided by 4 is 6. So each of these belts is going to need to satisfy 6 wait, that can't be right. Oh no, I can take out 4. So 4. Because 4 times 6, or 3 times 6. Oh my gosh, I'm so messed up. Alright, let's just do this like this and let's figure this out. My brain is not braining today. I don't know why my brain is not braining. I just had a mega massive brain fart, but we're going to continue to move past that. And I want to hook each of these conveyors up to 4 addition modules to start out with. I think this is going to get us where we need to be. Actually, now that I think about it, no, it's not. It's going to get us too short. However, I think I'll be able to satisfy just running 2 more off another conveyor, so long as we don't overuse said conveyor to solve all our issues. We just need 1 more belt to run out all the way down. And I'm leaving this first part in the video, guys, so you guys get a feel for the game. If you're new and you don't know what this game's about, I always leave the first parts of these videos in, of the building and all that, so you guys get a good idea. However, especially as we get later on into the video where it gets a lot more complex, modules and connecting everything just takes a lot longer. I'm of course going to be merciful and give you guys a time lapse so you don't have to stick around and be miserable the whole time. And I actually underestimated. Oh no, I did not underestimate this. Yeah, I can do this. Okay, I was questioning myself whether or not this was a good idea. Come on, select, and I think it'll work. We're going to be stressing out this last conveyor coming out with all these resources, but I think we'll be okay. All right, so now we have our 10s. We need to do 10 times 5. However, we do need to pull out a certain amount of 10s to run to the 50s times 10 as well, because it's the 50s times 10 that will give us the 500, and then we'll do 10 times 5 for the 50s. So, gosh, I almost think I should do more. I don't know. I might be able to. Hold on. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4 more, hear me out, and I run 1 to each of these lines, will that be enough to maybe satisfy? I'm going to leave. Actually, let's do 3 more, because I'm going to leave this last one out because it's satisfying another 2. It is going to make for a weird looking for a weird looking setup. However, I want to try and maximize as many 10s as possible. So these 10s, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, these 10s right here will, yeah, these ones are going to go to the added to the 50s, and these ones are going to get added to the 5s. I think that's good. Let's take a look here. So now we need our 5s. So for our 5s, we're going to need times. I'm actually going to run it on the opposite side here. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think 12 will put out a reasonable enough. Actually, let's do 13, 14, 15, 16. Is that worth? That's 16. That's quite a lot. You know, what the heck? Let's give it a try here, huh? Why are we doubting it? Let's just give us a try. However, now that I think about the amount of 10s we have, it's not going to work. It was a good idea, but I don't think it's going to work. Let's do 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Still, even that much with only 2 conveyors of 10s, it might be worth just doing a whole nother setup for these to get another set of 10s here. It might be worth it. I might actually just do that right now. But, okay, yeah. So, I'm going to redesign. I'm going to switch gears here. And I guess I'm probably going to get a time lapse. Actually, no, I'm going to connect all this first. I want you guys to be able to see what it's like if you're new and you've never played the game before. So, each of these, because I have 3 conveyors, each conveyor is going to satisfy 4 of these multiplication modules. And if you're wondering what a module is, I call these modules. I did used to call them machines, but then again, I also called the whole setups machines as well, and it was getting too complicating. So now these are known as modules, and I'm just calling these whole setups machines because, yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. All right, and we need to connect for like that, and we need to grab our next conveyor here and do the same. I'm actually going to have to run this over. Oh, no, I think I can run it under, actually. I just have to do a weird thing with 5 to get them to work over here. And it's pretty much how it goes. You know, we're setting up conveyors, and then we're going to let all the addition and the multiplication and subtraction work itself out. This is kind of an unfortunate spot. I'm going to have to divide it like so. But that will work okay. It all works out in the end. Let's pull another conveyor out. And if you're wondering why I'm pulling different conveyors out for each set of 4, pretty much each one of these belts can only transport so many resources a second, and you want to make sure that we are transporting enough resources to satisfy the requirements of these multiplication modules, because that maximizes efficiency. And pretty much I can pull out 4 conveyor belts worth of resources at 100% capacity before it starts to drop off and struggle to produce that much. So we're exploiting that amount. All right, I have done everything right. We're actually getting 50s out. Totally have not had to question that before. Because, yes, I also need to make sure that this is one long. Because I want to pull 2 conveyors out to divide it easier amongst, to make the 500s. Which I don't know how efficient our 500s factory is going to be. I know we're going to have 4. We have to have 4,000. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do quite a bit of time-lapsing and waiting for that to happen. So, obviously, we'll make it this episode. However, I'm going to have to wait for like half an hour for it to complete. So now, we're going to do another set of 12, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? That can't be 12. No, that's 11. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. Okay, I had to make sure that I was not losing my mind. That means we're going to have to go this way around because I wanted all the flow into the same side. Now that I realize I just made the same mistake I tried to avoid. Hold on. Yeah. I wanted these on separate conveyors because I wanted these to go into the inputs differently. Let's just go like this. This is fine. Totally fine. I mean, we don't really have to worry about it. It's not a hyper big deal, realistically. These multipliers, they don't multiply that fast, and I'm really that concerned with having 6 connected to each. It's just not how I would like to do it, but it's going to be what it's going to be. We have to work with what we got, and this is what we have. All right, and this is going to connect into the other 6, and this should give us all the 50s we're going to need. Obviously, I don't think this is going to produce at 100% efficiency. It possibly could, but it's as close as we're going to get with this current setup, and we do have quite a bit of 10s. It is these multiplication machines that are, or modules that are slacking a little bit. We are producing plenty of all the numbers that we need. However, when we are really producing them and using them all up, that may change. So I want to keep in mind and keep it organized like that. I think we could probably do this with 3 or 2 belts. Let's try 2 belts just because multiplication machines, they work so slow, or the modules work so slow. I think we'd be honestly fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Just make sure I have these running all evenly to all the other modules here. And it goes like this. So you guys are going to get a time lapse. All right, here we are back again after I made a little bit of a mistake. Obviously, that's a very short time lapse for you guys, but I don't really care, and I enjoy making time lapses. So ignore the 250s that are coming out right now. It is 500 should follow, if I've done this right. Why? Hold on, let's give it a little bit more. I am actually genuinely concerned. Okay, there come the 500s. Okay, so that's the 500s, and what did we need? We need 16 times 2. So I can actually just quickly modify this to add times 2 here. I just need to find a 2, which is right here. So I can do times 2. I'm going to run it probably as flat as I possibly can up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's just try and maximize as much as we possibly can. Make sure we put an extractor on there, and we're just going to run these 16s. Gosh, I should pull out 2 conveyors just to make it simpler. Like that. I think that's good. This will satisfy the first 6 of these. So we're just going to connect all 6 of these into here like so, and then the other 2s will go in as well. Let's make sure I do this all right because I'm talking, and experience has shown when BuildBox talks and tries to explain something while he's doing it, he has a significantly higher chance to mess things up. I don't know why I'm talking in third person, but I am. That's just because how I like to do things here. If you don't like it, leave. All right. There we go. That should be plenty to satisfy the needs of this whole setup here. And let's make sure that I am connecting all 6 of these before I make a mistake, like I usually do. Okay, that's 6. And the other 2s will go into the other 6 here. Very simple. I don't know why I struggle to mess this up sometimes, but I do. All right, there we go. And now I just need to run our 500s into it and add the 2. So let's get our 500s. Let's drag them all the way down here. Ooh, that works almost so nice. Let's just run them right there. I am going to acquire, let's go with 10 adders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 of these will be enough. How much are we producing of these 500s? Because the multiplication machine is so slow, oh gosh, I don't know. Let's do 8. I think 8's going to suit our needs better, honestly. Okay, because we need to divide this now. Like that. So yeah, I think 8 is a good call here. I don't think we could handle more than that amount. Honestly, we're going to struggle to do this even. Probably 5 is our max, but I want to try and make sure that we pull out as many as possible and are able to do it as much as possible as well. Okay, let's pull out all of these 32s because now we just need to add these 32s into our 500s, and we will be golden in making these 500s. Obviously, I am not going to make you guys wait for the upgrade, so you guys are going to get skipped ahead when the update drops. However, first we're going to, not when the update drops. I don't know if this game's still getting updates. That'd be pretty cool if it was. I don't know if this game really needs any updates, but when we are about to complete the level. Oh yes, that's right, because the beginning section is all 250s. Let's make sure that we are going to go into the right one like that and run it down, and we're going to run all these up into it. Okay, everything should, quote unquote, should be working fine. Okay, 532s. We need 532s. Okay, also, I just noticed we have an upgrade available. What is that for? Adder level 4. Oh, so now our adders are going to add even faster, so it's going to make my my deficiency of certain numbers more visible. Hooray, just what I needed. Oh, well. Good thing is we are producing plenty of 32s. I could probably even split this off. I want to run priority. We'll just connect these two. So what I want to do is I want to run. Why aren't you going to let me pull priority? Is that because there's a bridge right there? It might be. I might have to get rid of the bridge. I don't know why. I noticed that it's done that before. Let me pull it off like that and then run it into a bridge. I want... can I get rid of... Yeah, there we go. I want this to have priority, and I can't run it now there because I have the bridge there. I don't know why it does that again, but it does. And like that. Okay. That should handle enough of it. And I want to give this priority again. So I want all the numbers to flow this way, but if there's a little extra, I want them to flow this way as an overflow. That way we are absolutely maximizing the amount of resources we can produce. I think that is a very good idea. Let's see what that's going to look like here. So yeah, any extra resource, so when this stops flowing, any of the extra resources are automatically getting sent this way. And that will help with any issues we have with supply. And yeah, it's working out pretty well because now we're also importing these 16s again, which we do still need. 22s. Okay, we are importing 22s. I think we are importing everything except for the big numbers. And oh my word, adder level 5 is going to need 797s. Wow, that's a big number. That's probably going to take a while to get to. But that's almost going to double our adding speed. That is a crazy increase. 336s is our next goal for our multiplier level 3. We just literally need to add 4 to this, right? Hold on. I'm thinking here. So yeah, 332 plus 4 would be 36. Do I have a 4 near me? I don't. Oh, I do, but it's in the way of this. I wonder, can I move? Hold on, I can pause all this so I don't completely detonate everything. Let's just move this. I know it's not gonna look the same, but I'm gonna move this out of the way of this 4 here, and we're going to collect all this resource out of there. Okay, I think that's gonna work. It's weird and wonky looking and messes up the whole aesthetic of the thing. However, these 4s are gonna be very important. Let's just grab these 4s and we're gonna run them. We gotta run them actually up and around now that I think about it, like that. All good when all said and done. Okay, I can unpause it now because I fixed that issue. Yeah, everything should still continue to work the way it needs to. Alright, and now we just literally need to delete all this. I'm going to delete all this and run all this upwards like that. And I just need to reconnect all this together. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm actually going to separate these two and have this run down like so, and just meet in the middle like that. Let's delete this right there. Okay, so now I have those 4, so I literally just need to add Probably do the same amount of adders just for consistency reasons. And each of these 4s are going to satisfy 2. They should. Or satisfy, what is that? 5 individual modules. And now that I think about it, what I did was so stupid. I'm actually going to, instead of connecting all these 332s by conveyor, I'm actually literally just going to run them all individually into their own addition modules here. I think that is the most simple way to possibly do it. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a little something weird here because of how I offset, but that's okay. It just takes just a little bit more time, but we're going to get there. It might be a little bit of a longer video because of the lack of time lapses. So yeah, and there is our 336s. Nice and neat, nice and done. There we go. I love it when a plan like this comes together so well, and I actually don't make a mistake on it. That is amazing. Okay, so wow, we are maxing out our 532s. That is actually awesome. Hold on, because that conveyor belt's moving 4 a second, I think. Hold on, let's take a look at what we're producing. So yeah, 4 a second of 532s. We're going to crush this goal here. We are definitely getting this without any skipping ahead in the video, I think. Hold on, let me check. How many? We need 4K 336s. How much of those are we producing? 4.0 a second as well. Man, we're doing good today. I don't know what we're on, but we're on some good stuff here. Although I say that now, and it looks like we're pretty much, we're meeting the maximum. So now it's starting to level out. So this is what it's going to be like. So it's going to drop from the 4.0 it is, probably down to 2. That looks like we're almost having it. Maybe 2.1 or 2. Everything else seems to be pretty much maxed, especially our 29s down here, which has this absolutely monstrous machine working for it. And our setup is starting to look pretty compact and pretty large, if I might say so myself. I want to make sure 270s are kind of inconvenient to work with. Let me check to make sure we don't have any wasted resources. I don't think we do. I think we're literally producing everything that we need and nothing more. What are you making? You're making the 21s. Oh yes, we're using this module here. The subtraction module. I think that's the only place we've actually really used it, which is kind of weird. All right, so hold on. How many? We're producing so many of these 532s. It's not going to be a long wait. However, I'm going to wait until we get to the next upgrade. So I guess I will see you guys all in a moment here. All right, and about 5 minutes later, here we are. 3.9K, about to get that level 16 upgrade and unlock the divider. I don't know how much we're going to get to play with it today. Probably not very much. I do want to test it out and try it out though. Maybe just off to the side and see how it's going to work. Yeah, we're importing 5 a second. I want to see what is our... Okay, we are not importing that many 336s. Why is it so slow? And I just saw the upgrade. Hold on, I do want to check though. Only 2.2 a second of 336s is not great. And here we go. The next upgrade we're going to need is, or the next number we're going to need is 696. Oh, such an inconvenient number, but we'll have to work with that. We need 5,000 of those, and that will be for level 17, in which we unlock extraction level 12. Which should be very interesting. However, we have a new toy called the divider. Oh boy, this looks kind of complicated. Okay, so A divided by B, and then there's your remainder. Let's get a 5 up into here and a 3. Gosh, okay. So 5 divided by 3, we should have a remainder of 2. I believe I'm messing that up, but I want to make sure. Hold on. What's the remainder going to be? Yes, we do have a remainder of 2, and it's divided 1 times, but we have a remainder of 2. So this is going to get complicated, because now we're going to have to worry about storing extra resources we're not really going to need. It would be nice if we had like a resource dump, a trash can that we could just dump the resources into, which I guess we could use the hub as that, because I believe the hub will accept any resource, even if it doesn't need it. Like, we don't need ones for anything. So will it accept a bunch of ones? Yes, it will. Okay, so we could always, if we had to, use this as a resource dump, because I don't think it will continue to multiply if I take out, so say this is full and I'm just taking out the ones, it won't produce any numbers. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know what we're going to really need that for yet. Maybe I assume as the numbers get larger and larger, it might be more efficient to use dividers. We can figure that out though. I guess as for turning big numbers into really small numbers, I don't know how that's going to work actually. I'm trying to think of a scenario which it might be useful. I don't know. Leave your comments and your suggestions down below. Also, like and subscribe if you're new. It helps the channel out a lot. Even if you don't watch my channel every day, subscribing still helps to boost my channel per the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to see more Beltmatic on the channel, you got to like that video. And I am well open to suggestions. If you guys have suggestions of how I should do these and how you think of better ways that might be able to do some of these layouts here. Because I do like the way that these look. However, I can't help but think, some of them could be very much more efficient. However, I do think this one is very efficient. This like inline one, I think that is pretty darn good. But yeah, this one is kind of just a mess. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video here. And I will catch you guys all in the next one when we get to play with our new dividers here. So, yep. Whoop.